What's up, everybody? My name is Varazo, and welcome back to Barry. Last time we were playing this, me and Dennis figured out our way into the secret government facility in which we went to the left instead of going to the right in the fork in the road. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but in the fork in the road, we decided to go left where the light is at and not to the right where the weird darkness was at. Anyways, so basically, once we got there, we got into a subway platform, I believe, and then met up with, well, not met up, but accidentally ran into someone named Marcus as they kind of like turned the corner with an AR, and then saw me and Dennis and were like, "You two, get the fuck down! What the war are you? Did you do this?" And a bunch of other questions. I didn't really understand the questions at all, but yeah. And then we finally got down the armed gunmen. We got him to tell us what some stuff about what was going on here, how big this place is, and other various questions that we had. But anyways, let's just get right back to this, as I believe we're trying to get Dennis a first aid kit. I'm pretty sure. Maybe. All right, what do we got this time? Ooh, fancy buttons. We follow Marcus into what I can only describe as a control room of sorts. There are countless computer screens, some of which are obviously coming back on from having been shut off. Everything looks extremely complicated, from screens filling with code and data to what is obviously a security system. It reminds me of a miniaturized version of the operations center in just about every space travel movie I've ever seen. Marcus is running from one screen to another, apparently looking for some primitive bit of information. "Where's the first aid kit?" I snap at him. Marcus stops in his tracks, as if he had forgotten the whole reason for bringing us down here. "Oh yeah," he says, rushing to the left side of the room. There he hunkers down by an open panel in the wall, what I assume is the emergency vault from where he got the shot very far out the rifle. Let's look. Okay, yeah. He informed us that there was a gun in every single room in this facility. Unless he had actually gotten the rifle from this room, one of these will be more important than the other. Because the thing is, if I have the gun because I have the gun, then that will, and if there's a gun in there, then he'll probably try and like make us go into like a stalemate in which we both have a gun, or he'll just shoot us while we're both not paying attention. So I think I'm gonna peer into the open vault just to see what's there, just to see if he'll, like try and pull out a gun while we're not looking. I peer over Marcus' shoulder into the vault he's opened. It's much larger than it looks from the outside. It's particularly filled with files folder marked classified, a few rounds of ammo for the rifle, a peculiar plastic kit filled with syringes, and a locked black box. As Marcus digs around, one of the files slips open. For a split second it opens. I see a scanned document and a colored photo. The photo shows a male corpse with its guts on the outside of its body, as if it has been turned inside out. There's also massive swelling on his head, almost like his skull is about to explode. Marcus slaps the folder closed, and then I turn my attention to one of the syringes. It's filled with a violet-colored fluid that, while rather pretty in colors, looks deadly. Marcus finally puts out the first aid kit and turns around. When I look back to motion Dennis over, he's paler than ever. "Come on," I tell him, but he's not moving from the place on the floor where he sits against the wall. I slide the first aid kit over to him, and he goes scrambling to his side. Between the struggle for the rifle upstairs and arriving in this floor, his fate is fast. I struggle to lift his shirt up and then over his shoulders as the dried skin holds it in place. The mere act causes him to grimace. "This might hurt a little," I tell Dennis. He only nods. He doesn't seem to care. I think I have to rip it quickly. You always gotta rip that band-aid off, because if I do it... Ooh. Wait, hold on. I struggle to lift his shirt and then over his shoulders as the dry skin holds it in place. The mere act causes him grimace. Okay. The thing is, if I rip off the shirt quickly, everything might just start flowing out. He might start bleeding out. But if I do it gently, it may hurt, but it will stop it from the dry blood, breaking. So I say let's do this gently. So, we're not just going crazy. We're just doing this gently so that the dried blood that's holding everything in place does not just break. Right? Oh god. You decide to pull off Dennis' shirt quickly. Gently. I lift the shirt off gently and it makes a sucking noise. There's so much blood that the moisture tries to keep the shirt pulled to him. Dennis lets out a little moan but seems to relax in spite of his injuries. With the shirt fully removed, the extent of his injuries become more clear. His wound is more visible now, although it's particularly hidden by the blood that has started to clot around it. My medical knowledge is slim. Basically just a bunch of basics I learned in Boy Scouts. I look over to Marcus hopefully and ask, you have any training? Zero, he says. Sorry. It's just as well, I guess. He's far too concerned with what's happening on the monitors to be much of help anyways. I start by taking out the several rounds of gauze within the kit and wipe as much blood as I can from the wound on his side. It's even worse than I'd figured from the start. The gash is dark and deep. I'd said that in two very opposite directions. I'm pretty sure it's infected too. He's gonna need stitches, that's for sure. But I have no idea how to even start that. Besides, I don't see the tools for it in the kit. When I splash rubbing oil over the wound, he responds with a horsey yelp of surprise, but nothing more. His eyes are locked in on me and he looks appreciative, but he's also scared. Be honest, Dennis says. Hopefully. How bad does it look? You think I'll live? Fuck. God, I've been having to make the hard decisions all day. I mean, yeah, I mean, you'll probably need stitches. Like, you'll be fine if we can get you better help quickly. But I mean, it does look pretty bad. But I think if we'll get you the help that you'll need, the help that you do need, then I think you should be fine. I think you should be fine. You chose the comfort, Dennis. Good to know, he says, because I sure don't feel like that. You've been through hell, I say. I think it feels worse than it actually looks. Thanks, that's a relief. I won't lie, you're gonna have a scar, I say, trying to be funny. He chuckles a bit, but there's no humor in it. He rests his head against the wall and closes his eyes as I finish up. I place one layer of gauze up against the wound and bind it with medical tape. I then reinforce it with a second layer. I know it's meager, but it's all I can do. Thanks, Roger, he says, actually managing to force out a smile. I feel a lot better. I think I'll be fine. I'm not so sure about that, but I'm glad I was able to encourage him. I look back to Marcus, and he's looking back at us, deep in thought. My eyes are starting to really swell up from where he kicked me earlier. Maybe I shouldn't let him stop. Off so easily. Are these first aid kits all you have in this facility? I ask him. If there's something better, I don't know anything about it, he says. I notice then that his defense posture is no longer there. Something is different now. Just a slight change to his demeanor. He's seen something on those monitors that has him frightened, more than he already was before. What is it? I ask him. What's up? His eyes travel around the room and it's obvious that he's trying to decide whether or not to tell me the truth. I guess we get up and look at the monitors. I guess we just get up ourselves. I mean, because we had the choice to look at them before, but we decided to look over to make sure he didn't grab a weapon. But I guess we just get up and look at the monitors. Rather than wait for him, I get up and scan the screens behind him, seeing if I can find any clues I'd missed moments ago. After a few moments, I see a few things that even I can comprehend hidden in the complex information of most of the screens. On one screen, I see what looks like a power meter that is slowly climbing upwards. A single flashing light beneath it. It reads, "Unexpected power failure, foreign entity." Another message trickling along the bottom of a black screen says, "Safety locks on, level 3 containment doors engaged. Override?" I see still screens on a few other screens that I assume are security cameras showing hallways and passages from elsewhere in the facility. One of them shows the first level hallway we were on just a few minutes ago. Another shows a hallway I don't recognize. The floor is covered in blood. From just off the screen, I see what I think might be a human body, but it's bent in an impossible way. It looks like the body's legs and torso have somehow been merged or melted into the floor. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. What's wrong with the systems? What happened to that person there? I mean, it's pretty obvious they got murdered, but what's wrong with the systems? This place has the backups for its backups, Marcus says. It's not ever supposed to suffer a full electrical shutdown. And what is foreign object to mean? I ask, hoping he has the same answer. I have no idea. That keeps coming off and on. Whatever it is, it keeps entering and exiting to set off the sensors. What the hell? I ask. There's something still happening? We're still in danger? He turns away, clearly fearing he already said too much. And as bad as that is, there's a scene on another monitor that makes my blood go cold and my fears spike to levels somewhere near terror. The scene is very familiar. It's the logging site. The equipment is unmistakably mine. I can even see my truck. Something like fury starts to raise up in my guts, momentarily pushing aside the fear. For a moment, I consider just tearing into him. A few punches and a shove against the wall, nothing more. I want answers, and I want them now. But I'm not sure which would provide more answers, asking calmly or kicking his ass. Although it would be very nice to kick his ass, because clearly he saw what happened. if he knew anything, if he was here beforehand, then he saw us. He knew that we were there, and he had some understanding that we were literally dying. And I'm just gonna ask him calmly, because once again, we're in a situation where there's something here that is killing everybody. Like every single person that's here, they're dying because of this foreign entity. The worst thing that we can do is fight against each other when the real danger's out there. We have to work together as a group and ask our questions calmly, and even though they're jackasses, we have to respond calmly. Very, very calmly. So I'm gonna ask him calmly, what the fuck is that? Could you please explain to me why you're spying on my crew? My anger is prodding at me, and I had to hold it back again. It's near the surface, demanding a release. It's part of my job, mine and a few others. Your crew has been watched ever since you set up your equipment. Why? Because you're working with heavy equipment, some of which digs into the ground, less than a mile from a secret government facility. I had no idea of that, I said. How could I have known? Marcus gives me that same crooked, trembling smile that is beginning to creep me out. Because those things will draw attention to this place, he says. You have no idea how secretive this facility is. Okay. Besides, I know that the higher-ups looked into it. Your site isn't on government land. It's shy by about 300 meters. Every piece of your equipment is on private property. The timber track you purchased from Mr. Glenston 2 months ago. Even so, if we wanted to intervene and keep your crew away, we couldn't have without stirring up a fuss. The fact that someone with such a low-level clearance knows this much about my logging crew is unnerving. If you've been watching us, why didn't you recognize us when we met in the hallway? I ask. He shakes his head and exhales like it's obvious. The cameras have a bird-eye view. I can't see faces. We just track bodies and names. So where the fuck is my goddamn crew? Where the hell is my crew? Where are my people at? Just gotta ask calmly. Where the fuck is my crew? So since you have all this surveillance, do you know where the rest of my crew is? I do my best to keep my voice level, even though my impulse is to shout. Well, Marcus says, all of you were on the site as usual before the accident. It had been a few hours since I had checked, though. They might have come near the facility, or maybe not. I don't know, he says, this casually, like it's not important. Well, are they inside the facility, I ask? You have cameras everywhere, right? Do you see them? Marcus shakes his head. I've been looking all over and I haven't seen your crew. They aren't here. But he adds, the lower levels don't have any cameras. Classified. I'm not sure how they would have gotten there though, but it's a possibility. I'm so shocked that we were being watched. Do they know everything about us? I'm telling you, Marcus said, the depth of influence in this facility goes deep. There are 36 employees down here. Outside of those employees, only 5 other people know this place exists. I love how everything's just like, what the hell? Where the hell is my crew? What the hell is going on here? What the hell do you know about my crew? And then there's just ask calmly. I think I just have to ask calmly. I think if anything, my character will just be like, you know what? Fuck your decision. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy. I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen. What do all these people do here? I ask, keeping my voice level. He doesn't even pause to consider if he should go any further. He actually laughs when he gives me the answer. Okay, I honestly don't know everything. Probably very little, but what I do know is that it is more than Black Ops. What does that mean, I ask? There are scientists here who have been disowned by their own governments because of the nature of their work. You get it now? I don't. Not at all, but I don't want him to know about that. You said there are 36 employees, I say? Where are they now? He shakes his head. As far as I know, everyone else is gone. Gone? Where? He points to the screen that still informs us of the unexpected power failure and cringes. If this power failure was not corrected in time, there's no telling. But they're in the facility somewhere, right? I ask, hoping someone will be able to help Dennis better than I can. I just don't know, Marcus says. They could be anywhere. Look, I say, furious with the way he is talking in riddles. I don't... God, Dennis says. I look over to him and looks as pale as a ghost. He stood up and his eyes are locked on the monitor closest to him. What? I ask. God, what does he see? He simply points to the monitor and then looks away. I look to the monitor and see the logging site. But more specifically, I see the overturned dozer and Tony's crushed body several feet away from it, where I had pulled him out. Tony. The fact of his death seems abstract, almost like it happened in some other world or a very long time ago. I know that you already told me he was gone, Dennis whispered, but it's different actually seeing him. My God. Suddenly something blazes pry the door open. The shape is fastened in shadow, but I'm pretty sure it's a person. Someone else is here, Marcus says, wheeling around. He sounds very happy to discover this, so I try to follow his lead. If something bad happened to this facility, then surely the sight of another survivor is a good thing, right? Huh. We should check it out, he says. I realize that this is the best moment to leave Dennis after revisiting Tony's death all over again. Someone just rang by the door, I tell him. Hopefully it's someone who can help us. I can't just be like, hey, I'll see you later, buddy. Are you gonna be okay, Dennis? Do you think you'll be fine by the time that we get back here? But also, I wonder what would happen if we didn't pull out his body. Would Dennis not have been able to see it from that point of view? Because they said there was a bird's eye view, so if I didn't try and pull him out, then maybe Dennis wouldn't have seen it, but honestly, who knows at this point. You gonna be okay, buddy? Give me okay? It's fine. Go see who it is, he says, gives me a mug thumbs up. I turn to Marcus and motion for us to head out to investigate. Let's be careful, Marcus says. Depending on who it is, they might not be as hesitant to shoot a stranger as I was. I nodded him and head for the door. I'm still holding the rifle in my hand, and I don't know if I have the guts to actually use it if necessary. With a final look back to Dennis, I run out into the second floor hallway. Whew. Okay, so we're all good. We got some information about what's going on here, but other than that, we're still trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and more specifically, who that was. Who was that? Marcus follows. There's still fear in his eyes, but also the slightest glimmer of hope. That hope is contagious. We take off after the figure that just ran past the command center. Ahead of us, the facility presents yet another long hallway. Right away, I notice that this level of the facility seems darker, even though the lights are now all on. The hallway is adorned with numbered yellow doorways, and large white panels along the walls. It's clean and well maintained, but there's something ominous about it. Up ahead, I see the fleeting motion of something dark cutting quickly to the left, down a corridor. There, I say quietly, pointing up ahead. Marcus gives a nod, and we continue chasing after the person we saw blaze by the command center just moments ago. It then occurs to me that this person could be Marcus. Could be like Marcus was at first, armed and scared. I mean, if we move to them slowly, and they're just like, no, but still, there's something running around here. We can't like shout and really give our location, because although we're giving our location out to them, we also don't know where the entity is. Something is out there killing people, and if we shout out, we're kind of giving our location. So we'll just move towards them slowly. I'm kind of thinking about like a bunch of different things at the same time. My mind is really racing. I'm doing pretty good in terms of like actually thinking up here. When we reach the intersection of the hall where I'd seen the shadow moving, I ease around the corner just in case. Sure, I have the rifle in my hands, but I don't want to use it unless I have to. I quickly dart around the corner and take the same shooting stance I've seen countless times on TV. There's a woman standing there, about 10 feet away. She had reddish blonde hair and a small, mosey body. She looks terrified and is visibly shaking. She's probably in her late 30s, wearing a lab coat with dark jeans and green Converse low tops. I have a strange sense that her fear is not just about her sudden appearance. She looks like a woman who's been running scared for a while now. Her hands are raised in surrender. She's not holding a weapon. Marcus slowly approaches, taking a few steps ahead of me. It's Amy, right? He asks. She blinks, seemingly surprised that he knows her name. Yes, she says. And you're Marcus. She nods obscenely and then looks to my rifle. We want some answers and we want them now. Don't worry, I'm not going to use it. Now, how do you know that? How do I know that, she asks. You're trespassing on government property in the midst of a huge catastrophic event, and you have a rifle. How am I supposed to believe you? I have a friend back in the command center who needs medical attention, I say, and we're looking for the rest of our crew. I'm really sorry, but I don't know where they are, she says. Do you know what happened, Marcus asks, from the power outage? I don't know what caused it, she says, but there was an experiment taking place when the outage occurred. Something happened and... She trails off here, giving me a look of distrust. I saw things on the security monitors, Marcus says. The experiment failed, didn't it? I don't know the specifics, Amy says. I'd barely escaped the 3rd floor. I was gonna go to the command center to see if the security footage showed anything, but then I saw you in the gun. Listening to their conversation, I feel totally in the dark. I have no idea what the fuck is happening. I'm so confused. Super confused. Yeah, what has you scared? What are their experiments? I think knowing the actual like the experiments aside, What are you being so, what did you see? What has you so scared? Amy looks at me, her eyes wide and terrified. Who are you anyway, she asks. I quickly give her my story, a logger stranded in the woods following a peculiar explosion at the logging site. As I tell her, recognition blooms her eyes. You're one of the loggers? Yes. She then looks to Marcus and says, I thought they were being watched. They were, Marcus says. This was a freak accident and there's no proof that they were responsible. I feel myself wanting to submit to all the questions that are piling up in my head, but Dennis is waiting for me. Ooh, I gotta ask about medical help for Dennis. That's why we're here in the first place, to get him help. We'll ask about details later. I decide that despite my curiosity, I need to get Dennis help as soon as humanly possible. Look, is there any medical help to be had here or not, I ask. Probably, Amy says, but you'd have to find Barksdale. He knows where all these sorts of supplies are. And where is he? Where is everyone else, I ask. At this, Amy starts to weep. She falls to her knees as if someone has struck her from behind. Gone, she says. Some were killed and some were just, I don't know, they disappeared right in front of me. Disappeared? What do you mean by disappeared? I mean, she's already terrified, let me not curse in front of her. Yeah, she answers. They were here 1 second and gone the next. Just, she snaps her fingers together for effect. Gone. Something's here with us, Amy says. We were conducting an experiment and it all went horribly wrong. Something came through. Came through what? Marcus asks. I don't even know that much. An entity, but whatever it is, it's still here somewhere, Amy responds. How could you not know? Don't you have full security access? I ask. No, I have access to almost everything, but there are 2 levels of security beyond my clearance. So what do you suggest we do now? I ask. I'm not sure, she says, wiping her tears away, but if you want to find your crew, we will need to find Barksdale. He's in charge. Where is he? I ask. Down on the 3rd floor, in the hangar. Then let's go, I say. It's not that easy, Amy says, again looking to the rifle in my hands. Why not? Like I said, something came through when the power went on. There's several of them, all roaming the 3rd floor. There's multiple? Oh, fuck. There's more than one of whatever the hell that bullshit was? So there's more of these entities. There's more of them roaming around. I thought it was only one. But there's multiple. There's... Okay, but how many though? If there's like... Oh god, several? God, several could be like anywhere between like 5 and 7. Oh god, that's a lot. That is a lot. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. What came through exactly? What exactly came through? All I know is that the others refer to them as entities. Amy stutters as she recalls the horror she has seen. I don't even know how to describe them. I didn't get a good look, she says. All I did was run for my life. Behind me, I just heard screams. I know it's not very scientific of me, but I didn't feel like sticking around to learn more. She's right, Marcus says, stopping my train of thought. The things I saw on the monitors, it was scary. This is insane, I bark. I'm going to the 3rd floor to find this Barksdale guy. Thanks for your help. Wait, Marcus says. I'm sticking with you. If we want to get out of here, we have to find his Barksdales, right? Yes, Amy says, but Barksdale's on the 3rd floor, and it's too dangerous to go back there. I figure I'll let them make their own decisions. In the meantime, I start heading back to the command center to get Dennis. Before I get there, I hear their footsteps fall behind me, getting closer. I give Amy a questioning look and she quickly looks away, clearly torn. Neither one of you know your way around here, she says. Looking for Barksdale on your own would be suicide. Like it or not, she has a point. Fine, I say. Then let's get Dennis from the command center and head downstairs together. Alright. This is good. This is good. This is good. We're making good progress. We're back at the command center. We know that there's entities here. We know how to get the help. We know what we're doing. We're back on trail. We enter the command center and I'm happy to see that Dennis has regained some of his color. We're gonna go get you some help, I tell him. And then we're gonna find our crew and get the hell out of here. More help would be great, he says. With the way you took an hour to get my shirt off earlier, I'm not letting you touch me again. I feel like either way, like... Okay. Wait, Amy says. Maybe one of us should stay here with him. I'll be okay, Dennis says. He stands to his feet with a grunt. You don't know what's out there, Amy says. I saw them. I saw what they can do. This facility is not safe. Shit. Are there any on this floor, though? Did you see any on this floor? Are there any on this floor that we have to be concerned about? I'm not sure, she says, but they're down on the 3rd floor, so we'll need to be careful. Marcus looks a little hesitant, but he nods his agreement. The four of us exit the command center. Okay. Heading back out into the hallway, I look back to the monitors. I take one final look at the screen that shows me my wrecked logging site and feel a pang of sorrow. Then I look to the other monitors, showing live feeds of the facility's security cameras. I try to tell myself that I'm not looking for any sign of Amy's creatures, but I can't. That's exactly what I'm doing, and there's no need to pretend otherwise. We head back through the hall and towards the elevator. The tension exists between us is like a physical presence. This is gonna be tough. I have to basically make sure all these people survive and not get everyone killed. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be real tough. We step inside the elevator and those pristine doors close. Inside the elevator, Amy seems to become more guarded and distant from us. I want to assure her that I mean her no harm, but I'm also not going to put the rifle down. So you have pretty high clearance in this place, right? I ask her. That's right. So what kind of experiment were we talking about? What went wrong? When she starts to answer my question, I can tell that it is something of a relief for her to get some of it off of her chest. There's been a lot of work on a project taking place here over the last 3 years or so. The purpose is to find out if there are any real viable science behind point-to-point instantaneous. What? Instantation. What? Like teleporting, I ask? Oh my god, Marcus says. I had no idea. I know there was some weird stuff here, but nothing this insane. It's not really all that insane, Amy says. We found our first major breakthrough about 9 months ago. We were able to transport a live rat from its cage on level 3 to a small lab in New Mexico. The trip took the rat 5 seconds. Are you kidding me, Marcus says. I can tell that he wants to sound as if he is mocking the idea, but he fails. He's scared. Not at all, Amy says. The problem was that when the rat arrived, its retinas were detached and its intestines were on the outside of its body. Oh, they tried to put a human through that. That's what the picture was all about. We saw a photo of someone on like a table, like some type of weird thing, and their guts were on the outside of their body. Someone tried to put a human through it, and they died. And they failed miserably, but they died. And their guts were like right next to them. What the fuck? This is horrible. What the fuck? What does this have to do with us now? Did you ever perfect it? I highly doubt it. I mean, honestly, probably. If they were able to get entities through it, then probably. Did you ever perfect it? Well, about 6 months ago, we were successfully made that same experiment. The rat arrived in good health, and this time in just 3 seconds. Still, one of the things that we needed to tweak in order to make the progress completely safe was how to figure out how to keep the subject on a straight course. When the matter is being transported, not only are its atoms being unknit, but then put together upon arrival. I feel like transport is very easy, but unknit? What does that mean? Yes, deconstructed and translated through space. It's the only way we know how to do it right now. But the issue, as I said, comes in keeping the deconstructed subject on a straight course to its destination. When the progress occurs, we are deforming space-time. We are creating a shortcut through space, and that has risks. Why exactly? Dennis asks. Because there are many dimensions in space than the 3 we exist on, she says. There's some evidence that there are as many as 10. So when you send the rat to New Mexico, it's traveling through another dimension to get there? I ask. Basically, and because of that, we are trying to get a better understanding of what those other dimensions are capable of. Things that a great deal of the population would be scared of if they knew what we were doing. Hence all the privacy. Then today, the power went out as we were right in the middle of experiment. Something happened. What? I don't know. She's speaking with the authority of someone who knows what she's talking about. Is that why those creatures are here? What have you seen in these dimensions? I don't think what she's seen is any important, but is that why the creatures are here? I want to know. I want to know what she's seen, so I'm going to go with this one. Other worlds, other Tragmark universes where our laws of nature don't apply, she says, not bothering to explain what that means. I'm not cleared for such things, but I do get the reports. What reports? Marcus asks. I'm given access to the results of the test. In other words, Marcus replies, clearly upset, you guys have been peeking into other dimensions and taking notes on what you see. I can't believe I've wasted my life for this, he murmurs to himself. He looks like he's starting to freak out. Amy's quiet. Her expression indicates that she's waiting to see how I react to all this. Oh, that's amazing. That's so, wow. I mean, teleportation is pretty cool, but if they knew what they were doing and they saw what was going on here, like where our laws of nature don't apply, it's very unsafe. Why would you want to do that? I don't understand that. Maybe it's just me, but I have no idea. Because there's Marcus's side where it's like, I wasted my entire life on this, and if I say that they're insane, I basically go on his side. But if I say that's incredible, then I probably take Amy's side on this whole thing. Like, oh wow, that's so cool. Wow. Like, I think all that shit is really cool, but in terms of just like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, I would like this, like the space nerd inside of me wants to say that's cool, but the person that I am wants to say that you people are insane. God damn it, this is hard. Or reports. Taking notes on what you see. Oh, so they knew what they were going into and the possibility of danger. That's pretty fucking stupid. You guys are insane. Oh shit, whoops. Oh god. Whoops. Why do you think this place is such a secret? Amy asks. Why do you think it's so well hidden? I should have said that's incredible. Fucking shit. She's right, Marcus says. There are things that take place that make sci-fi movies look like kids' TV show. I shake my head. It's then I realize that it's not that I don't believe them. It's that I'm trying to my hardest to convince myself that they are insane. Fuck. Marcus, on the other hand, is incredulous. I don't want anything to do with this, he says. All this time I've been working for... He laughs cruelly, and the sound of it makes my blood go cold for a moment. Just a single level beneath my feet, you assholes have been tearing apart space and time, Marcus continues. When the elevator doors open, I can't get out fast enough. The tension is growing way too thick for my liking. Outside of the elevator, we step out into what appears to be a massive industrial area. The carnage waiting for us is unlike anything I've seen in the upper levels. Okay, I thought maybe that'd be the end right there, but it looks like it's not. Whoa, this is bad. This is real bad. Whoa, there's like a little like curved thing right there. The wall is curved right there. The area looks industrial, like everything was built for utility only, but more noticeable than that is all the blood. My god, I've never seen so much blood. Those creatures must have had a field day. Holy shit, Marcus says, looking like a man that just woke up from a very bad dream. There were more personnel in that area when the experiment went haywire, Amy says, as if the explanation makes it all better. No research you do down here could be worth this, I say. We have to get moving, or we're gonna lose our nerve. Amy, let's focus. Barksdale is in the hangar, I ask. If he's still alive, yes, that's where he'll be. Then let's hurry, I say. As far as I can tell, Dennis is doing much better, but I'm beginning to grow tired of trying to keep my fear at bay. Between the blood on the floor, the silence of level 3, and Amy's talk of the lab rests, I'm getting freaked out. I mean, Amy knows where to go. I don't. So Amy, you take the lead. You show us where to go. I don't know where to fucking go. You got this, Amy. I believe in you, Amy. The four of us are walking ahead, Amy taking the lead. We start walking when we come to the remains of what looks to be 3 different people. It's hard to tell how many bodies there were because they have all been torn to shreds and are distorted. 2 of the bodies look as if they have been fused together. Another man looks to have had his legs welded through the floor. I can see this man's face. He died in an abject state of horror, his mouth pried open in an internal scream. Let's not investigate the bodies. What would investigating the bodies get us exactly? Plus, I'm already freaking out. This whole fear stuff is really trying to get them, so I think mentally, in terms of our sanity, we should keep on trucking. We should keep on going, because this doesn't feel like a good idea. Let's just keep on moving. Let's just keep on going. It's simply too much. Worse than that is the fact that we have just started our journey through level 3. If there is worth waiting ahead, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Dennis steps up beside me. When he speaks, his voice is soft and flat. What the hell could do that to somebody, he asks. The things I saw, Amy answers. They could do it pretty easily, I think. She looks pale, and I think that she may have passed out at any moment. Tears spill from her eyes and is visibly shaking. but she soldiers on, looking back to me and stepping to the side of the gruesome carnage. Her eyes again go to my rifle and she doesn't look very hopeful. "You good to go?" she asked me. "We need to move on, but for some reason I can't take my eyes off the scene. My mind is reeling, trying to process it all." I didn't look in the first place. I want to go. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Clearly my mental insanity capacity cannot withstand any more of this. Let's get the hell out of here. We leave the greasily seen sight behind, moving into another equally destroyed area. From what I can tell, the next room was once an open area for experimentation. The place hasn't just been destroyed, it has been physically altered in a way that makes no sense. The girders look to have been warped, their very materials distorted and twisted. To my right, a machine has been catapulted and looks to have somehow merged with the wall rather than crashing into it. Beyond these phenomena, there is a standard violence I was expecting to see. There's a limp arm sticking out from underneath the wreckage, and more blood. I see no signs of an explosion, which makes me wonder just how this happened. Seeing the aftermath is sickening enough, but it makes me wonder if Amy saw it while this was happening. Ah, Christ. She's basically asking us, did she see everything that fucking went down here? Or if she just saw specific things, because she could have. I don't think that she saw what happened to the people, because she was running, she was going, she saw them and then like bolted. She was gone. She was out of there as quickly as you can snap your fingers. She was fucking gone. So I highly doubt that she saw anything, but I guess we'll just try and see if she knows anything whatsoever. Did you see how the people died? I only caught a glimpse of it, she says, taking a deep breath. I was closest to the exit, so I just started running. But it was like trying to focus your eye on something that was too close. People's bodies just started twisting and turning. And the thing that did this, it looked like she doesn't finish. She cuts off by some sound echoing through the facility. It comes from behind us and sliding to the right. I'm not sure what it is, but it makes my blood feel like ice. Ooh. It sounds almost like the static from an AM radio, but there's a high-pitched noise beneath it that I can't even start to fathom. What in the hell is that, I ask, instantly clapping my hands to my ears. One of them, Amy says, her voice a whisper. One of the creatures. That's what they sound like, Dennis asks. I see that he's leaning against the wall again, wincing at this sound, at the noise. I suddenly realize that I have a deft grip on the rifle, ready to shoot at the next thing I see. Oh. How far do you think they are? Anything between us and them? Yeah, how far away are they? How far away do you think that they are? About 100 meters, she answers. Not far. Everyone seems to take this as the cue to start moving again. We make our way around the office wreckage, now with new purpose in our step. We barely make it to the other side of the room, approaching a dark hallway, when another high-pitched noise sounds out. This one is closer, louder, closer. We all share a terrified look, and I can tell that Amy is on the verge of losing it. I grip the rifle tightly as we head towards the hallway in front of us. Oh, God. Can these things be killed? Can we shoot them? Can they die, or do we just have to keep running? I need to know if they're actually be able to kill us. I don't know, Amy says. Then he speaks of his voice like ice. Then let's haul ass, huh? No one says anything after that, but I can feel the pressure of terror around us, pressing in on us like some new violent gravity. Okay, alright. We have to get to Barksdale. Hopefully Barksdale knows something. Oh god, this is just bad. This is just bad. Oh god. The small utility hallway is well lit. It looks as if it was designed to only be used by select maintenance workers. What goes on in this area, I ask. I'm looking at Marcus as I ask the question, but he only shrugs in response. She might know, he replies, pointing to Amy. I've never been down here before. It's just a utility hallway, Amy says, but at the end there's a maintenance room. There should be a gun or two in there. It's also the most direct path to the hangar entrance. As we walk quickly and quietly down the hall, I take a glimpse ahead and feel the hair on the back of my neck stand on end. The lights become more sparsely spaced, and it's impossible to see just how far the hallway extends into the darkness. This hallway has the occasional trace of bloodshed, but nothing like the main area we've come from. We continue further down, and just as I begin to see what looks like a large metal door further ahead, I hear yet another shrill sound. This one sounds further away, but no less demonic. How many of these things did you see, Dennis asked Amy. 3, but that's just what I saw. There could be more. What do they look like? Dennis asked. Yeah, what are we dealing with here? We need to know We need to know the situation. We need to know what we're dealing with, what's going on, everything. I don't even know how to explain them, she says. Monsters, that's the only way I can think of. My mind seemed to struggle just trying to understand what I was seeing. They're big and they seem to jerk around every few feet or so. They look like they're made out of light. That's about all I know for sure. You know, my ex-husband always said I'd let my work kill me, she continues, seemingly unable to stop herself. I mean, I doubt he imagined this exact scenario, but still. As we make our way to the hangar doors, another high-pitched noise rings out, angrier now. Amy stops walking, causing all of us to stop and turn to her. We have to do something to slow those down, she says. No, Marcus snaps. There's no time. We need to distance ourselves and get to the hangar. Fast. Amy ignores him deep in thought. There's an old hydraulic door set into the wall right here, she said. It hasn't been used for years, though. She looks at me, pleading her case. Together, we might be able to pull it closed behind us to keep those things back. Those old hydraulic doors weigh a ton, Marcus says. There's no way it'll work. Roger, Amy says. What do you think? They'll have a harder time getting to us if these doors are locked. Look, Marcus shouts, turning to me. We need to get to the hangar now. Let's stop and close the door first. Let's keep moving to the hangar. Because this is the thing. This is the thing. If we try to close it and it doesn't work, then we just allow them to get closer. Wow, we're making no ground. They're gaining ground on us. But if we keep moving to the hangar, there's nothing in the way of stopping them. Therefore, we continuously keep the same amount of ground. Well, maybe. I don't know if they go like super fucking fast, but we're in theory continuously keeping the same amount of ground from them if we're moving away from them and they're moving towards us. But hold on, something said that it was faint. And if there's 4 people, a ton is about, I'm over here trying to think about like statistics. How much is a ton? I think a ton is like 500 pounds. No, it's 1,000 pounds. It's got to be at least 1,000. At least 1,000, maybe 2,000. But still, I have no idea. So and Dennis is still injured, even though he's like a massive dude. He's still injured. So I don't know if closing the door would be better. And she says we might be able to pull it closed behind us to keep those things back. There's no way it'll work. Fuck. I think let's stop and close the door. Fuck. We decided to try and close the doors. Damn it, Dennis. We don't have time for this. Amy ignores him and starts feeling along the wall for a groove. Dennis and I start looking as well. Fuck. A minute passes, then I see a small metal frame that runs from the wall to the ceiling. Is that it, I ask? Yes, Amy says. I look to the floor and see an old metal track that runs along the frame. Let's move it, I say. Amy, Dennis, and I start pulling as hard as we can, but it doesn't barely budge an inch. Behind it, the static sound rings out again. My heart seems to shudder, and Marcus lets out a little whine. We're running out of time. We need to go, Marcus screams. So things are getting closer every second. Damn it. If it's barely even budging an inch. Shit. I'm trying to like imagine a scenario in my head. Fuck. Because if anything, we've wasted time. So we might as well continue to waste time if we can gain time. Because the thing is, now that I'm thinking about it, if we leave now, then we would effectively have wasted time. But if we can do something at the possibility of gaining more time than we would have if we continued walking without closing the door, then we should take it. Help us, Marcus. It won't make the difference, he says. Shut up and help us, then we'll find out, I shout. Reluctantly, Marcus walks over and grasps the door. We all groan as we strain to pull. It starts inching slowly, then begins moving steadily. Once we get it started, it slides easily. As we near the wall closing off the hallway behind us, I think I can see the merest glimpse of an odd illuminated shape in the darkness. It cut off by the slight trump of the hydraulic door being pushed against the frame in the opposite wall. Amy turns a lock into place. Great. Now let's haul ass, Marcus says. We all turn and get moving again, still feeling unsure about our prospects. The fact that yet another shrill sounds out somewhere else in the facility is not calming. Oh god. Oh, wait, shit. Okay, and then there are 2 of them. It's almost like they were calling out to each other. The doors to the hangar sit up ahead like the entrance to some enormous labyrinth. I just thought of something. the thing is, if we need to escape, we would need to then open, unless there's another way out of here, which isn't that way, we would need something to open the door again. This is bad. This is bad. Because if this decision then leads to us getting fucked later, because we closed the door, leaving only like a certain amount of people, and now we can no longer open it because, you know, like, we're not big and strong enough to do it, then we just kind of just fucked ourselves. That's essentially what's going on. But luckily, we were able to close it. We were able to close it, and that's good. All right. Let's continue on. When we reach the hangar doors, I get a true sense of how impenetrable they are. A computer terminal is mounted on the wall nearby and has a blinking red light. Any idea what this means, I ask? It's an automatic lock, a failsafe from the lockdown, Amy says. I've never been down here before, Marcus says. If I had known this door was here, I would have opened it earlier. How? Amy asks. The fear in her voice is more present than ever. The command center, he says. You need to override from there first, then use this terminal to open the hangar doors. Fuck. The command center's on the second floor, I ask? Yeah. Amy shakes her head and lets out a nervous laugh. Are you kidding me? She says. We just pulled the hydraulic door and blocked off the hallway, remember? If we went to get into the hall, we had to get back into the command center. Isn't there another way? Fuck. Turning to Marcus, Amy replies, well, there's another elevator, but we'll need to go through biochem storage. I need to stay with Marcus so we can rest, I say. You two go. You know your way around this place, and you know the controls, Marcus. Alright. Fine, Marcus says, but we'll need to be armed. Oh, both of these are bad. Actually, you know what? Marcus has calmed down. Marcus has calmed down. He has calmed down, so he's not crazy. But we did say previously that he doesn't seem like someone we should trust to have a gun if a situation like that goes down. But Amy is about to freak the fuck out. She is like going crazy. She's confused. She has no idea what the hell's going on. She does, but she's like confused as to why it's really happening and what's going on. And if she shakes and she's like over here shaking, like, she won't really be well. But if anything, we'll give Marcus the gun because he's if anything, he's the most relaxed out of the two of them. He's the one who, if the situation were to come to that, he would use the gun without hesitating and then be all fine, I believe. Not 100% sure, but still, it's something that we can work with. So I'm gonna give Marcus the gun. Hopefully that doesn't completely fuck us over later. I hand Marcus the rifle when he turns to go. Amy gives me a concerned look, but follows along behind him. Once Amy and Marcus make it to a good distance down the hallway, Dennis lets out a nervous laugh. And then there were two, he says. Dennis looks much better, but he still needs to use the wall to stay standing. Didn't Amy say there were guns and emergency kits in the maintenance room near the hangar doors, I ask? Yeah, I think so, Dennis says, looking exhausted. I look ahead and see a door to the right that reads maintenance. Might as well give it a try. I go to the door, try and open it, and find that it's locked. Kicking it down will make noise. I guess push it with my shoulder. I give it a hard shove, but doesn't budge. I'm about to try again, but that's when I hear the dry choking sound from just down the hallway. Oh? It's barely audible, but it is not my imagination. My first thought is that one of the monsters. But after calming my nerves and reassessing, it sounds more like a person. I think about how angry and on edge Amy was when she turned to leave, as well as how scared Marcus had looked. Alarm bells sound in my head, and before I know it, I'm heading down the hall away from the hangar doors. Stay here, I'll be right back, I whisper over my shoulder to Dennis. See if you can figure out a way to get into that maintenance room. Where are you going? He asks. I don't bother answering me as I bound through the door where Amy and Marcus went. Ah, shit. This might have been bad. Wait, what did he say? A choking noise? Well, this isn't good. Shit. This isn't good. Someone might be being choked out. As I enter the biochem room and start walking behind the massive silos, I wonder what classified chemicals could be inside them. I'm fully expecting one of Amy's creatures to come flying out from the intersection of the halls up ahead. I think I hear something, a skittering noise, like something moving quickly. I run ahead so fast that I almost trip over two people in a life and death situation. My mind tries to process what I'm seeing, but it makes no sense. None at all. Oh, Marcus is on the floor with Amy pinned beneath him. He has his rifle at her throat, pushing her down to the floor and choking her with it. Her face is turning purple and her eyes look like they might pop out of her head. Marcus sees me coming out the hallway, but acts as if he's doing it is perfectly normal. What the hell are you doing? Stop him! Stop him! What? No. Actually, wait, hold on. Should we ask him what the hell he's... I knew we shouldn't have gave Marcus the gun. God damn it. He literally said beforehand, Marcus is not someone that we should trust with a gun, and I handed it over to him like, here you go, like a fucking idiot. What is wrong with me? Oh, God. What the hell are you doing? Should I just act or like... No, if I try and stop him, he might do something stupid and shoot somebody. I'm just gonna try and talk him out of it. What the hell are you doing? Marcus says nothing, looks up to me with a confused sort of hate in his eyes. Through Amy's choking, the hard glance... Oh my god, wait, what? I read ahead, sorry. The eyes glance in Marcus's eyes. It's clear that he's not gonna stop. Part of me gonna stop until Amy is dead. Part of me wonders if he expects me to just stand there and watch, as if I might want to kill her too. Okay, yeah, I gotta stop him now. I gotta try and stop him now. Like, I gotta stop him. I have to stop him. Please, Marcus, don't do something stupid and get us both murdered here. Please. It's like, I gotta stop him. 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 Fuck. I start rushing towards him before I really know what I'm doing. I bring my fist in a hard arch across the board of his nose and am awarded with a sick crackling noise. He cries out as he falls to the floor, looking at me as if he doesn't understand why I punched him. On the floor, Amy clutches at her neck, gasping for air. I start to fear that I was in the moment too late, just as I see the rifle had been thrown across the floor. Fuck. Marcus seems to know this exact moment that I do. Oh, god damn it. God damn it, if he's gonna get the rifle before I do. Fuck. Shit. If I didn't stop him, he would have killed Amy. He would have killed Amy. He would have killed Amy. If anything, I have to go for the rifle, because if I try and hit him and he just like goes like and then still somehow manages to get his arms onto it, like, unless he gets it closer to than I do, I don't fucking know. If anything, I need to go for the rifle again. If anything, actually no, I'm gonna hit him. Gotta hit Marcus. Hit him again. Give another 1-2 punch. Give him another pow. Just to let him know. God. I deliver a surprisingly strong blow with my right hand, clenching his chin from my awkward position. I'm in the process of planting a knee in his chest to hold him down when his left foot comes out of nowhere, landing hard. Fuck. The kick catches me sparingly in my ribs, knocking the breath out of me. What the hell are you doing, Yasmin? By killing her, I'm saving us all. All of this was her fault. I sense that he truly believes this, but if that's the case, then why not just shoot her rather than strangle her with the rifle? The answer is simple. We would have heard the gunshot and I, or those things, would have come running. He wanted to kill her quietly. And then what? Would he have done the same to Dennis and me? It seems fitting, really. When we first came down upon Dennis, he held a gun on us. I'd be so relieved to see another human being that I'd underestimated just how unhinged he was. Marcus and I both drive for the rifle still laying on the floor, start wrestling for possession, but I'm not confident I'll come away with it. As we struggle, he starts inching the muzzle of the gun towards my face, a position I do not want to be in. I start pushing back hard. But if this thing accidentally fires, I'm not sure where I prefer the bullet to go, especially in this room full of chemical tanks. Shit. Oh, god damn it. If we get Marcus killed. God damn it. Because the thing is, everything could explode. Everything could fucking explode. And we could all die. Or if anything, it could like hit it, but not like puncture it. I'm thinking way too hard into this right now. This is bad. This is real bad. God, oh god, I should have given the gun to Amy. Or maybe this would have happened either way. I have no idea, but still. It's weird. It's very weird. Let's see. Or actually, she might have shot Marcus while he tried to attack her. It's either accidentally kill Marcus or accidentally kill us all. And Marcus is still trying to kill everybody, but he does know how to control the computers. So if anything, we forced... Oh god, I might get us all killed. Oh god, I might get us all killed. I'm gonna press it. If I die and this story just comes to an end, I'm gonna be very, very sad. As I push the module face away from both fudge, which ends up being towards the large tanks. Oh god. In the struggle, the gun does go off, and after a flash, a bullet hole appears in the side of one of the tanks. Fuck. A strange green liquid starts to leak out, and I hold my breath, hoping it's not explosive or harmful. It's not. As soon as it lands on the floor, some kind of thick, twisted moss starts to grow unnaturally fast. I have no idea what this is, or if it's safe for us to be rolling on the floor just a few feet from it. Luckily, the strange growish distracts Marcus for an instant. I grip the rifle tighter and push forward. The side of the rifle catches him directly in the chin. His head snaps back and his hands release the rifle. I get to my feet as quickly as I can, swinging the rifle back around on him. For a moment, I think I've knocked him out, but his eyes flutter, and he looks at me as if I betrayed him. Her people, he says. It was them that did this. She deserves to die. She did this. I look to Emmy and I wish I could help her. I'm relieved to see that she is managing to draw in a few breaths. Her leg moves as if she tries to push herself into a sitting position. You wouldn't know, Marcus says. You didn't work here under their secrecy. You don't know what it's like to... He surprises me by lunging towards me, leaping from the floor like a human projectile. I don't have time to aim carefully. I have to react fast. I'm not gonna fucking shoot him. I'm not gonna shoot him. I'm not going to shoot him. I need to try and dodge. If anything, maybe he lands in the moss and then he dies himself, but I'm not gonna shoot him. I feel like my sanity is already bad enough where if I shoot somebody and kill them, my sanity is gone. It's out of there. Like, I can't do anything to stop that if this ends up happening. So try to dodge. I try to dodge. His aim is poor and his strength is failing, so I dodge him easily. Yes. I don't want to have another gunshot go off and alert those creatures again. We've made enough noise already. That's what I'm saying. Make a hard jab of the butt of the rifle, striking him in his chest. Something crunches and he lets out a woof of air. He crumbles for a moment and then goes to his knees. He roars in pain on the floor. Only after a few moments I realize that they are not purely screams of pain. The bastard is calling for them, calling for those things to come over to us. This place is evil, along with everyone involved, he wails from the floors. If you are taking her side, then you deserve to die too. Fuck. If you want to stop me, you better do it now, you coward. The rage in his eyes at Amy, as well as towards me for stopping him, makes me think that he'll deliver on his threat. I raise the rifle again, every urge in my body wanting to make sure he doesn't come back to bite us. But I'm not a violent man. I could easily not kill him and just leave him behind. Fuck. Shit. There's two possible ways that this could go. Either two possible scenarios. Either we kill him and the resulting sound of the gunshot then leads them to us, then for leaving us at like a really bad like predicament. Or we let him live and he somehow fucks us later in the future. Like really comes back to bite us in the ass later. And it's just like, but like still like I can't just easily, I could easily just not kill him and leave him behind, be like, get the fuck out of here, leave us alone, or I will murder you. Like if you do anything, I will shoot you. He's like, if you want me to stop, you'd better do it now, you coward. I guess I'm a coward, cause like I'm not gonna shoot you. What in the world? What's wrong with you? I'm not gonna murder you. Why would you even think that? I'm not gonna murder you. I gotta let him live. I can't just shoot him. I can't shoot him. Me as a person and Roger as a person, I can't shoot him. I gotta let him live. I gotta let him live. You decide to let Marcus live. Just like when I could barely shoot earlier as he was coming at me, I can't bring myself to deliver a kill shot. I ignore him and lean down to Amy. You okay, I ask? She nods slowly. I have to go, she says, her voice raspy. They'll be here any minute. Too much noise. I have to hold her arm so she can get to her feet. We start forward and then I think of Dennis. We should get back to the hangars, I say. I can't just leave Dennis there. There's no time, Amy says. You need to come up with me to the command center now. We'll be back from soon. You'll all be dead now anyways, Marcus shrieks. If they don't get you, I will. He laughs maniacally as saying this, hooting like a madman. As if in response, a high-pitched noise tears through the hallway. I seem to feel it in my bones. They're following his noise now, Amy says, her voice still weak. She takes off away from Marcus, presumably towards the other elevator she had mentioned moments ago. I follow her. As we move out, I hear Marcus slowly push himself off the ground and stumble off, slipping in between the tanks and disappearing. We start running, and after the few strides, another noise sounds out. It sounds mechanical, but at the same time, it also reminds me of recordings I've heard of whale songs. A sound of metallic creaking and crushing echoes through the door I came in through. They've reached the hydraulic door we pulled, Amy says, confirming what I'm thinking. The sounds grow louder as it's clear that they're struggling with it, which is good. We have a bit more time. I speed up my step to follow Amy as she leads us to the other elevator. She's painting furiously but pushes on. I can hear something rattling in her breath, likely the result of Marcus's attack. This makes her imagine how his cold, uncaring eyes must have looked, staring down at her as he tried to deliver her to death. How she is still forging on is beyond me. I'm sorry about Marcus, I say. It's not your fault, she interrupts. When you handed him the gun, you didn't know he would use it on me. I just hope we can find a way to survive this mess. Why would I not say anything? We'll be fine. We'll figure out a way. Like, we have to be hopeful that we'll find a way out of here and figure something out. We'll be fine. Don't worry. We'll get out of this. I'm not so sure, she says, her eyes fixed straight ahead. I'm not sure I can blame her. I just wanted to say something encouraging, I guess. We finally came to the elevator at the end of the row of silos. The elevator doors slide open slowly. At that moment, we hear something behind us, a strangled sort of whistling noise sound. We step inside and then turn around to face the biochem room. Thankfully, we were given a few moments to spare. The elevator doors remain open for 3 seconds before they start to slide closed again. In those 3 seconds, I see a large shape floating towards us, a phosphorescent-like white glow. Outlines an impossible shape. Behind it, I see another shape that's also entered the bio room, and another. The third breaks away from the last two, taking a quick right. It moves with eerie speed. That's the direction Marcus had gone. Honestly, the thought of them hunting him down doesn't bother me in the slightest. Amy is pushing the button to close the elevator doors over and over again, but they stay open for what seems like an eternity. I curse whoever designed those damn doors. I'm not gonna, hide inside the elevator, wait until the doors to close. If anything, that person will come back, because the entity that, moved at eerie speed in that direction will come back to me in eerie speed, and then try and murder me, and get into the whole trio thing. So let's just hide in the elevator for now, so we can all just relax. Amy and I slide ourselves against the sides of the door, trying to avoid being seen. But I can't help peeking around the corner. What the fuck is wrong with you? I have the rifle steadily ready to fire, but that's when I see them in the clear light for the first time. I can see all their features, their shape, and their colors, but my mind can't quite process it all. Nothing about them makes any sense. My eyes try to see a squid, but that's not what these things are. They are gray and white and seem to be nothing more than screaming light. Their appendages are neither legs nor tentacles, but somewhere in between. They don't walk on those appendages, but use them to glide. They move like ghosts and seem to jerk every few feet or so. But I'm pretty sure that this jerking effect is not a result of them moving, but my mind's inability to understand how they are moving exactly. There's also more than their appearance that makes a mockery of reality. The light around them seems to bend inward, as if the space within the room has to reshape itself for their existence. But that peculiar effect on the air makes their movements seem like something moving underwater, only faster. They screech in unison as they rush towards the elevator. They'll be inside in here in another few seconds. I check the rifle and see that my ammo is diminishing. I have to start saving my shots. I'm gonna have to be choosy. Ah, shit. Maybe those few seconds will save us. Maybe those few seconds will save us. I can't shoot. We literally saw the light around them is bending inwards to reshape themselves. How do I know if I shoot at them that the air, that the space around them won't bend inwards where it will just go straight and then whoop? How do I know this? I don't fucking know this. So I'm just not gonna shoot. I'm gonna save my ammo. I have to be choosy. I have to not shoot. You decided to conserve your ammo. They keep advancing. Even though I know the doors may not close in time, I managed to keep my cool and avoid firing off any more rounds. My finger itches to pull the trigger, but I resist. I'm not even sure if a gun would affect them. That's what I'm saying. Finally, the elevator door closes. The creatures wash against the other side of the door, making electrical noise and crying out in anger. The tips of their spider-like appendages poke through the wall and elevator doors, but for some reason they can't get all the way through. Amy screams at this and curls into a ball in the far corner of the elevator, crying. I say nothing to her. I just cling to the rifle, hoping those creatures don't find Dennis as he waits by the hangar doors where I left him. For his sake and ours, we need to get them open now. That was, jeez Christ, that was a lot. That was so much. There was so much that just happened there. We finally got, we found Amy, one of the probably scientists that were there, but not clear enough, not high enough clearance to actually be a part of the projects. And then we were able to figure out that we needed to go back downstairs. That we need to go downstairs in order to find Barksdale because we need to get help for Dennis. And then basically after that, we ask Amy some questions about what the hell's going on here. Once we get down there, we see the area. It is fucked up. It's fucked up. And then after that, we move on. We get to this like maintenance utility hallway, and then we find this hydraulic door that Amy's like, we gotta close this. In some way, it'll save us. And I'm just like, you know what? You're right. That makes sense. But Dennis is like, no, we gotta go. We don't have time. It's gonna save us time. It's gonna make sure that we have time. And he's over there just standing there like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, guys. I'm just like, well, it has to work. You have to at least try. And so we finally get it closed, and it actually saves and gives us enough time to get the door closed, because they had been screaming at the door to get through, which then gave us enough time to actually stand in the elevator long enough for them not to be able to get in. So that saved us a bit more moments for the elevator to close. And now we're at this point. I almost had to shoot Marcus. And I almost somehow forgot about this. Marcus, I literally walked in on Marcus choking Amy to death with the rifle that I given him like an idiot. Instead of giving it to Amy, I mean, either way, he probably would have tried to like overpower her or something because she was like super frightened and like out of the sorts. But like when I had given it to Marcus, I was like, you know what? If anyone out of the two of them would need to have a weapon, I think it would be Marcus, because Amy's just freaking out. I don't think she could really manage a gun in her condition, as she's like super fearful. She's super shaky. Like she's just like out of the sorts. She's out of it. So giving her a gun would honestly just be like too much. It would be too much, especially for her to have that gun in her hand and have it be her responsibility. If something were to come out, it would be her responsibility to not fluster, not hesitate, and just be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Who are you? And maybe shoot them. But who knows? Maybe either way it would have happened, but still, we fought Marcus, we hit him a bunch, we cracked his nose, we cracked his ribs. He like slithered away like a snake. He got out of there. But not after calling the entities over here, so that they could probably try and murder us. But yeah, and now Dennis is still trying to get the maintenance door open so that he can be in there with a gun and probably another medical first aid kit. But yeah, that was the end of chapter 3. This was intense. This was super fucking intense, because it was like I had to make so many difficult decisions. I'd already had to make a difficult decision with one shot because the whole returning home are saying, but like it was really difficult decisions today. But anyways, that was it for Barry chapter 3. If you guys want to play this game for yourself, I'll leave a link for it down in the description below. If you guys enjoy, consider liking, consider subscribing, and as always, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.